is being recorded.
Hey, family, welcome back. I am your girl, Marshaun Olaniyan. Thank you so much for rocking with your girl on Love Restored. We are already at, forgive me, okay? Okay, I'm about to start over. Hey, family. Welcome back to Love Restored. I'm your host, Marshaun Olaniyan, and you are rocking with me on KCCR, The Brownstone. Again, I'm Marshaun Olaniyan, and one of the reasons why I created Love Restored is because we were not taught the things that we needed to be taught in order to choose healthy romantic relationships and partners, as well as how to cultivate beautiful marriages. And so I wanted to come here and just help you to get the tools and the strategies that we should have received while growing up. Now, the truth of the matter is, most of us in our community did not receive these things. And so I wanted to make sure that we are breaking those generational curses, one conversation, taking action, one moment at a time. So today we are going to discuss over these next 30 minutes love, gratitude, and appreciation for our spouse. Now, one of the tools, right, that we were not given specifically is my book, Reignite Your Relationship by 7X. This is the book that we are talking about this entire season because within this book are simple strategies that each of us know, right? It's nothing new within this book. It's all about you taking the information that you need and implementing it or utilizing it. And that's the thing that most of us fail at. We fail to utilize the tools, the information, or take action or the strategies that we have learned because it is nothing to just know the information. Knowledge, my friends, is not power. Applied knowledge is power. Or to put it another way, taking action on the knowledge that you have is where the power lies. So you cannot just have the information and think that your life is going to automatically unfold in such a way, or that your relationship is going to automatically unfold in such a way. Like, I love it when I hear people say that this shouldn't be this hard. Well, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. Most of us, is the spouse that you are with usually comes from a different background than you because we are no longer in our small villages, right? We're not marrying the person that lives upstairs in the apartment complex anymore. We have the internet that is bringing us together more and more, literally with countries apart, right? So because of that, now we're dealing with the different dynamics of how we cultivate our relationships, and in that we have a tendency to choose people that have different backgrounds than us, which is not necessarily a bad thing. There are some goods with it and there are some bads with it. And so again, over these next 30 minutes, we're going to be just discussing the love, gratitude, and appreciation for your spouse. So come with me on this journey. And while you're coming with me on this journey, make sure that you go ahead and check out the brownstoneworldwide.com. Check out what they have going there. If you want to reach your girl outside of Love Restored, outside of KCCR, the Brownstone, then hit me up at www.marshauno.com. Again, that's www.marshauno.com. So now, without further ado, let's jump into these nuggets. Love. Let's first tackle love, then we'll go through gratitude, and then we'll end the show with appreciation, right? So, love. What is love? Love is an action word, right? So, I am going to, as always, read the quote in the beginning of the chapter. So, again, this is chapter 3 outside of the book. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. And that's by Zig Ziglar. Now, if you remember in the last episode, I mentioned that the most successful people have a gratitude practice, whether it's a journal, whether it's something that they verbally do, but most of them do pen and paper. So the more gratitude that you have in your life, the more that you will find to be grateful for. Like I literally even started this practice myself November 31st, 2022, because I've been saying I want to do a gratitude journal. I want to do a gratitude journal. But just like I'm telling you, I didn't take no action on it. It was just like, I want to do that. Oh, and I want to do that. Oh my God, I want to do that too. Not doing anything with that. And so because I never did anything with it, it's not to say that I wasn't noticing the things that were going right in my life, because I'm a super optimistic person. I'm usually very happy. I am the person that people want to be around and be with, because I am that person that brings the gratitude to it. So it wasn't that at all. It was, now it's a matter of me being able to go back and read some of the things that I have written down. And I'm making a conscious decision to not write down the same things every single day, such as I'm happy that I woke up today, or that I'm grateful that I can breathe. I'm grateful that I can hear and see, right? So it's not to say that I'm not writing down those things. I'm just making it a practice and being very intentional about me not doing or saying and being grateful for the exact same thing every single day. So I am making that one of my own success practices. So now, anyway, love. One of the ways to reignite your relationship by 7X is by expressing your love, right? But we have to realize that love is an action word. Love is an action word. I want to read this to you really quickly. Do all the things you know your partner will appreciate, smile at, and adore you for. This includes making the bed, putting down the toilet seat, bringing him or her coffee or tea without asking, right? Noticing if he or she is out of soap and replacing it, bringing them flowers, writing poetry, giving him or her little surprises, cuddling. And these are just a few things. But did you notice all of those things took an action? It's you being intentional, like, oh, I'm going to get myself a coffee, but like me, I don't drink coffee. So for me, it would be tea. You get yourself a coffee, but bring me a tea, right? Just being intentional. Like, and I know that she like tea. I know that she don't like coffee. So what I'm going to do is make sure that I get her something that I know that she's actually going to drink. In this case, tea. Men, fellas, love you. Mwah. Put down that toilet seat. Listen. There has been a time or two, not many, but there has been a time or two where I have fallen in that doggone thing because the hole is too big. Not cute, not sexy. And this is usually in the middle of the night when all the lights are off. Not sexy. We don't want a wet butt. Put down the toilet seat. Show how much you thought about me after you was done by lowering the lid, the toilet seat, right? Not necessarily closing it all the way, but you know, right? So my bottom does not have to get wet. I'm telling you, she will appreciate you for that. Right? Understanding that love is an action word. It's not something that you can just go in the house and say, I love you, boo. Oh my God, I want you to know how much I love you. But then there's nothing behind your love. There's nothing behind you saying whatever that thing is, right? It is you being very intentional about you showing up and you showing your spouse how much you love him, how much you love her. And that, I'm sure many of you have heard of a book, of a quiz called The 5 Love Languages. If you have not, Google it. The 5 love languages will come up. Take the quiz so you can figure out what your top 2 or 3 love languages are. If your spouse does not know his or her, right, then have them take the quiz. You guys discuss it. And why is this so important? It is so important for you to know your spouse's love language, because this is how you are going to express or show your love to him, to her, and the way that you know that they will be able to receive it as love. Because the truth of the matter is, most of us show love the way that we want to receive it. So if you're a person that likes gifts, you are going to be a person that gives gifts more often than not, especially if you are not thinking about how your spouse needs to feel the love coming from you. Because it's not so much that you are not showing your spouse love, you're just not showing them in a way that resonates with him or with her to make them say, ah, he loves me. Like I had a couple that I was working with a few years back, and he would always take her places. He would always take her places. And it wasn't so much that she didn't like going those places. It was a matter of her main love language was quality time. And whenever they went on those vacations, there was no rest. They were busy, 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 trying to see, trying to do. And the quality time was little to none. And so, although she appreciated the time away, she still felt disconnected and not really felt loved by her spouse because he wasn't loving her the way that she needed to be loved. The bad thing that he never got was that he could have kept a lot of change in his pocket if he would have taken the time to really express love the way that she feels love, which is hanging out, spending quality time together, whatever that quality time looks like for them. So, understanding what your top 3 love languages are, and then sharing that with your spouse, because your spouse is not a mind reader, not a mind reader. And we have a tendency to set ourselves up for failure because we believe that our spouse should just know. He should just know that I like X, Y, and Z. Well, sis, love you, but have you open up this thing right here to your spouse? Not to your friend, not to your family member, not to the people outside of your relationship that can't help you. The only person that can help you is the person that you are lying next to nightly. That is the person that you have to be able to express these things to. Hey, babe, you know what? As much as I love you flying me, and that's traveling, because we have a really good time. You know what really make me feel loved by you is if you took some quality time with me for us to just sit here, relax, have conversations about the things that we are thinking about, the goals that we're trying to attain, separate and together, and for you to really get to know me, what's actually going on up here, and allow me to release my stress by literally leaning back into your body and feeling like I am heard, I am appreciated, and I am understood by you. Like being able to express that sincere with your spouse is something that he will literally lean into, because now you're like, it's not that I don't like the stuff that you were doing, but this is a better way to connect with me. So learning your top 3 love languages, research actually shows that when you are showing your spouse their top 3 love languages and they are showing you your top 3 love languages, then you two are a happier couple, because you do feel honored, heard, understood. And that's the biggest thing. We as a people want to feel understood by the person that we are lying next to, the person that we say I love to on a daily. And I know in the last episode I talked about a brother who has is 8 dates scheduled per month with his family, but each family member gets a date night. He does it bi-weekly. So twice a month, and there are the other 2 weeks in the month where there's random times, and they still do family outings together. So their relationship and their family relationship is really tight knit, and I love to see that. And if more people were intentional with how they're showing up and showing love to their spouse, then guess what? These divorces and breakups would hardly happen if you were that intentional about keeping your family together and making sure that the love that you are cultivating within your household is a priority. Because if you say one thing, oh, you're a priority, but you're never home, or when y'all all are together, somebody's always on a device looking down, you're never really listening to or giving your full attention to your spouse. Trust me, they do not feel that complete, deep love that all of us want to feel. They don't feel that from you. So if that's something that you're doing, I need for you to tighten up and work on those areas, because this is how we're going to break these generational curses within our community. This is how you are going to reignite the relationship by 7x, by simply taking the information that you learn here and taking action on it. And I'm not even saying that you have to take action on all of these chapters that I'm talking about this entire season. What I am saying is that you need to choose 1 to 2 areas that you want to be better in, and then take action on those for a period of time until it becomes routine for you, and then pick up some more. Because the truth of the matter is, our happiness comes from our goals that we have. The people that are flailing around in life that seem to be unhappy most of the time are the people that are focusing on the lack or the negative that they have in their life, which brings me to the second part of this, which is gratitude. Let's talk about gratitude. I want to read this to you right here. According to the dictionary, gratitude is the quality of being thankful, the readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. And then an additional definition from Harvard Medical School states that a thankful appreciation for an individual receives, whether tangible or intangible. So the fact of the matter is, gratitude helps people to refocus on what they have instead of what they lack. And by doing this, those same people are happier, according to one study. I know I brought it up earlier about me keeping my own gratitude journal because I want to be successful, but not just with money, right? I want to be considered successful within my own household, with my daughter, by making sure that I am focusing on the good, the stuff that she brings life to my life, the stuff that I do that brings life to me, right? So making sure that I am being very intentional about how I am showing up and the things that I am being grateful for really does make a difference. And it can make a difference for you too as well. And I just want to remind you that you are listening to Love Restored through your girl, Marshaun Olaniyan, on KCCR, the Brownstone. If you have yet to go to the brownstoneworldwide.com, make sure that you go ahead and visit them over there, see what they have going on, check out some of the things that they have on there, because I know that you are going to get exactly what you need. If you have yet to download these, download the app on all of your smart devices, including the ones inside your car, then definitely go ahead and download those there, because you will get exactly what you need from this station, not only from Love Restored, hosted by your girl Marshaun Olaniyan, but they are so many other beautiful personalities on KCCR, the Brownstone and the brownstoneworldwide.com. So go ahead and check them out. Again, if you have something that you want to reach out to me personally and ask me, then please go ahead and do that. Reach out to me on www.marshaunolaniyan, it's Marshaun O, Olaniyan is my full name, marshauno.com, www.marshauno.com. And I am inviting you to go ahead and pick up your own copy of Reignite Your Relationship by 7X by your girl, Marshaun Olaniyan, by going to the link bit.ly/reigniting relationships. Again, that's bit.ly/reigniting relationships, all lowercase letters. Now, let's continue on with the third and final topic that we have, which is appreciation, right? So I have something else in my book where, according to Sherry Striftoff, the author of Importance of Compliments in Your Marriage, when you give sincere encouragement and compliments to your spouse, several things are accomplished. The first thing that is accomplished is that your spouse's self-confidence is increased. The second thing that happens is your own self-worth increases. Number 3, the friendship between the two of you is strengthened. Number 4, you are demonstrating your appreciation. Number 5, you are making your spouse feel cherished and valued. Number 6, you are focusing on the positive instead of the negative. And number 7, you are creating an unforgettable moment between the two of you. Now, how many more of you want to feel this way just by showing your appreciation towards your spouse? Because if you notice, this list of things was not just how your spouse feels great, feels honored, feels cherished. It's also giving you those great feelings about yourself. Like your self-worth is increasing, right? You're focusing more on the positive than on the negative. And then you're both creating that unforgettable moment. Who doesn't want more of that? This is all by just you showing your appreciation towards your spouse. Because the key to complimenting your spouse is avoiding those fluffy, buttery compliments where the giver, which is you, is looking to receive something in return. Now, that is the key to giving a compliment or appreciating someone. Literally, when I'm out and about, and this is not just with my spouse, but even when I'm out and about and I see specifically a sister, her hair may be popping, her makeup may be popping, she might be flawless, she just look good. I absolutely always tell her that she looks good. Because if nobody has told her how fly she is, I want her to hear from me. Sis, I see you. Sis, I see you. So I'm appreciating strangers as well as my baby, as well as my friendships, as well as my parents, and etc. Right? Spouse include, like, everybody is getting the appreciation from me because I know how great it makes you feel. I know how literally we never know what's going on in somebody else's day by just speaking up and saying, wow, you look nice today. Oh, that X, Y, and Z looks good on you. And I even tell the fellas too, like, don't get it twisted. I'm like, oh, you smell good today. Oh, you look nice. Oh, wow. Yeah, you look good today. Or that color looks great on you, whatever the compliment is, but it's not a fluffy one. Like, I don't stay there and rub it all in and I'm giving them so much butter on their pancakes. No, I literally feel the compliment and that's when I express it. I don't hold my compliments in. I give them away because I want you to have a great moment, if not day. You know how sometimes you are having conversation with somebody and they could just say something, especially them babies. The babies can make your day, and it doesn't even have to be your child. Like my baby, when we're walking through wherever we walking in the store, wherever we at, and she could literally just, now she's repeating me, but they're receiving it completely different when it comes to from her. So like if somebody is in our way and I'm like, oh, excuse me, whatever, excuse me, so they can move out the way, right? And they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, and I'll just, oh, no problem, it's okay. I said this, and then she'll repeat the same words. Oh, it's okay, no problem. But, oh, or she'll just give them a genuine compliment because she see mommy doing it. So kids do exactly what you do, no matter what you're telling them to do. They do what they see you do, right? So she's repeating like, oh, I like your dress, or whatever the thing is that she sees that she likes. So, oh, you made my day. So the babies can make your day. Why not you be intentional about making somebody's day by just giving a compliment? And of course, don't limit that to outsiders. You want to make sure that you are keeping and bringing those compliments home to your spouse as well. But the key, as I just read, you don't want it to make them feel like you want something in return. You want it to be a genuine compliment, a genuine compliment about them, where you're not looking to receive anything in return. Now, one of the reasons why you want to show your appreciation towards your spouse is because it builds intimacy. Not only physical intimacy, where you feeling like you literally want to lean in, whether it's a hug, a kiss, a cuddle, whatever the thing is physically, but also connects the two of you emotionally. You know how when you looking at your spouse and y'all know the look that can make things pop off. You give your spouse the look. You lean in. The kiss is deeper. The hug is deeper. The touching is deeper. Like you feel more intimacy building between the two of you when you are more intentional about this appreciation that you are giving to your spouse. Compliments also show how much you pay attention to your spouse. Listen, have you ever listened to women who complain about their spouse and they're like, man, he didn't even realize I changed my hair. Or he didn't even realize I got this new outfit. He didn't even say nothing about me looking good or whatever the thing is. It's because he's not really paying attention to her. And so that is why she's complaining to others about him. Not to say that her complaints are right. They're valid to her. In my opinion, she's complaining to the wrong person. But the point is, he didn't recognize the things that she changed about herself. So she's doing all of this to feel good for herself, but then also to be noticed by him, for him to feel more attracted to her, toward her, and he ain't noticing nothing. That is absolutely taking your spouse or partner for granted. That is a recipe for disconnection and eventual, frustration, annoyance, and then at some point somebody's going to be gone, because you can only take so much. And all of us want to feel loved. We want to feel honored. We want to feel appreciated, right? All of the things that we are talking about today. So take the tools that we're talking about today and make sure that you implement them into your life and into your relationship. Because again, knowledge is not power. It's applied knowledge, or taking action on the information that you acquire. That is a recipe for success, for creating the love, the gratitude, the appreciation in your relationship or in your marriage, so you can reignite your relationship by 7x. As I mentioned earlier, none of these things are new. It's just a matter of making sure that you are doing said things in order to get the results that you want to get out of your life, because you have the power to create and cultivate the relationship or marriage that you want. Now, I understand that at some point your partner has to take part in order for the relationship to go to the next level. But if you don't have yourself together, there's no way that you can blame the other party. There's no way that you can put the spotlight on somebody else when you ain't doing your part. So once you start doing your part, and especially doing it on a consistent basis, no matter if he or she, your partner, is taking part, you can't complain. You got to do your part. You have to do your part. Because most important about the appreciation, sharing your appreciation shows that you're making a point to focus on what's good in your relationship or what's good with your spouse versus what's negative or bad with the relationship or with your spouse. You are making it a point to see and focus on what's going well already. And who doesn't want to feel like, I have a great relationship? I mean, I'm sure that you want to feel like you have a great relationship or a great marriage, but you have to take some responsibility in order to cultivate that great marriage or that great relationship. Because a fun fact is, giving compliments is a two-way gift. Giving compliments is a two-way gift for both the giver, yourself, and the receiver, your spouse, because it releases a chemical reaction within your brain of pleasure. And why would you not want to be involved in receiving the pleasure, right? So make it a point for you to be more intentional in your life. And so my question before we wrap this thing up today to you is, what are you going to do in order to make your marriage or your partnership one where you feel loved, honored, cherished, appreciated, and heard? Because it's all up to you. You can't put it on someone else. Thank you so much for rocking with me today. I am your girl, Marshaun Olaniyan, Follow me outside of Love Restored at www.marshauno.com. Thank you for checking me out on KCCR, the Brownstone. I will see you, beautiful people, and those who are listening next week for episode 5. I love you guys, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And I will see you. I love you guys, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.